international free trade? So, international free trade, a free trade agreement is a deal between two or more countries to lower obstacles. Under a free trade policy, there are few to no government tariffs, quotas, subsidies, or prohibitions that prevent the exchange of products and services across international borders. Or, to put it simply, international trade, which refers to business dealings between nations. Consumer products like televisions and apparel, and capital goods like machinery, raw materials, and food are some of the things that are frequently need traded. So, here is the article that I found about a free trade agreement which is between the Japan and the Philippines. Japan-Philippines Economic Partnership Agreement. In January 2002, a plan for a comprehensive economic partnership between Japan and ASEAN was put forth. Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, the President of the Philippines, backed the fort wholeheartedly. Filipino government representatives established a working committee in May 2002 to investigate the feasibility of creating an economic partnership agreement with Japan. The working group on GPEPA was established in October 2002 to investigate the potential scope, substance, and content of a bilateral economic cooperation that would be advantageous to both nations. The initial strategy was to determine whether it would be feasible to use the model of the New Age Partnership Agreement between Japan and Singapore GCEPA. The framework for a comprehensive economic partnership was signed by ASEAN and Japan in October. In 2002, there was 1.7 trillion yen worth of bilateral commerce between the Philippines and Japan. Only 0.31% of Japan's total exports to the Philippines are made up of agricultural, forestry, and fishery products, the majority of which are industrial commodities. Official development assistance from Japan to the Philippines in 2002 was 41.76 billion yen. Since 1968, the support has cost a total of 2.58 trillion yen. The GPEPA seeks to strengthen and expand cooperation in a variety of relevant areas. Studies on the financial effects of GPEPA on the respective economies have been provided by Japan and the Philippines. To carry out the investigation, the Philippine side established an impartial research group. The study discovered beneficial effects on the Philippine economy and overall poverty reduction. However, the effects vary by sector. Here are some benefits of international trade between nations. Trade agreements expand the markets where businesses can sell their products. It means that countries can specialize in producing the things they are best at while importing other goods that would be expensive for them to produce, as opposed to producing everything essential within their national borders. Productivity rises as a result and the economies of the trading nations expand. Without the single market, it was calculated that the GDP of the entire EU would be 8.7% lower. The following are some drawbacks of international trade. Businesses can transfer their production to a location where it is more affordable to do so thanks to free trade. In countries where labor or production costs are high, this typically implies that many people lose their employment because production is outsourced to cheaper areas. Furthermore, enterprises in certain branches that had previously been shielded by government subsidies are sometimes unable to compete with global companies as markets are swamped with cheaper goods. When nations lack the resources or capacity to meet their own needs and wants, they trade with one another. Countries can produce a surplus and exchange it for the resources they require by developing and utilizing their limited domestic resources. Although it is generally agreed that increasing international trade is good for the economies of the participating countries, not all citizens of those countries profit equally from it, and some may even pay a price.